Hello traders, it is August 12th, 2015. This is another episode of the Trade Wisdom sequence. This one is about actionable discipline for trading. Discipline is a topic that's covered quite a bit in trading books, but I couldn't have a complete series without covering it. Let's get into it. So let's define discipline for those who don't know. Discipline, according to the Collins English Dictionary, discipline is the training that develops in self-control, character, or orderliness and efficiency. That's the aspect of discipline that I'm covering here. It's a necessary aspect to trading because trading is all about creating habits. The quality of you as a trader, and one of the things I seek to assess in a trader before hiring them is to determine how likely they are to adapt their behavior to the circumstances at hand and to be disciplined about their approach. Also, discipline is defined as the result of such training or control. How much of it is needed for trading? Early on, there must be a focused effort on creating a habit cycle that will feed a positive outcome. So, again, I've talked before on other forums, Big Mike Trading and others, about the power of habit. It's one of my favorite books. But really, it's all habitual. It's all about how you approach the market, how you approach your homework, how you approach your daily routine, your health, your feeding habits, things like that. So this is in order to develop good habits, discipline is necessary. You have to break with the habits that are currently not serving you. First, you have to identify them. Then you need to exercise a discipline and create a routine for developing those habits. Discipline is important at this point. Habits require many repeated routine cycles in order to set in. And that's the whole point, is you're moving something from an idea. I want to let my winning trades play out instead of interfering with them. Okay, that's your goal. Now we have to create a habit. Okay, once the cue is, once the trade is on, I'm going to put my hands underneath me and sit on them until the trade either gets stopped or hits its targets. That will be your routine. The reward is the outcome you're looking for, not the P&L outcome, because tying your P&L outcome to your habits has a very volatile effect in my experience. What you want is the reward for this habit is more importantly that you follow the routine. That's the goal. With an edge, and with your homework and with the effort that you make technically, hopefully your results will give you the positive outcome you want in your account. So again, habits require many repeated routine cycles in order to set in, and we'll cover this, how to make this as effortless as possible, in a minute. Discipline and how it's normally used. Discipline is something we impose on ourselves as a normal part of programming new habits, as I just discussed. We have to impose discipline on our eating habits in order to lose weight and be healthy. You can't follow the same diet and lifestyle routine and expect different results. Same in trading. You can't just repeat the same mistakes, same errors, same poor routine over and over and expect better results. You must impose discipline to make a change. The effort's required early on, but if done correctly and if you stick to that routine, you will have overcome a lot of the issues. Same thing with we have to impose discipline on habits to get to the gym when we just want to go home and watch TV. You're not going to get any fitter by going home and watching TV and opening a drink or beer or whatever and just sitting there and vegging out. We have to impose discipline on our trading prep by following the same homework and prep routine the same way every day. This is what I'm doing with the Trader Bites that I post every day live on Twitter at 8 a.m. Central, 9 Eastern. You're seeing the same prep. And for those of you who have been followers since '09, you've noticed that my approach to the market is completely habitual. It's completely repetitive. And actually, oddly enough, I get compliments for that. I don't know another way to trade. But people find it amazing that for so long I've been doing and repeating the same stuff. I'm not sure why I would change it. We impose discipline on our emotional response in order to get along with others. You know, you have to bite your tongue sometimes when your reaction is really to be sarcastic or critical or angry at someone. You're imposing discipline in those circumstances. Again, that same effort's required in your trading, especially early on. Reducing the need for strict discipline. Over time, discipline becomes an unnecessary. Exercising discipline becomes an unnecessary effort. Discipline is almost unnecessary when there's focus and depth in what we do. So if you just break down the thing you're aiming to change, the goal you're trying to achieve, or I don't like using the word trying, the goal you're in the process of achieving. Once you break that down and you focus on the depth of it, the nuts and bolts of it, discipline is not required because you're moving from one action in the present moment to the next action in the present moment. You don't have to exercise discipline. For example, do you really need to be disciplined about eating when you see that your effort's paying off? You're losing weight, you're looking healthier, and are getting comments about how you look. There's not much discipline required to go to the gym the next day after somebody says, "Hey, gosh, you look like you've lost a lot of weight, and man, you're really buffing up. You look great." Discipline, not necessary. So we want to build that sort of cycle, that feedback cycle in trading. Do you need a lot of discipline to get to the gym when you experience progressive gains in strength or endurance? You know, if the next day you go to the gym and you're running an 8-minute mile, when you started out a month ago, you're running a 12-minute mile. You can't wait till the next time you're in the gym to see if you can get the 7.5-minute mile, which is really, really difficult to do. I run 5Ks every other day. Very hard to reduce your time. So ask yourself, what in my trading is rewarding my effort and my discipline? If nothing, then why not? So you need to create something that gives you a sense of accomplishment out of every day. I know that's hard in trading, especially if you're trading a small account, but what is it that you're aiming for that day? And then once you've aimed for it, have you achieved it? And then reward yourself for that. This is the big one here. What actions can you take for better discipline? This is why you're listening. Discipline is like a muscle. It gets stronger with exercise, but it also gets fatigued the more of it you impose. This has been proven. It's been proven in children. It's been proven in adults. Once your discipline or effort has been strained, as soon as somebody puts an additional demand on you, your discipline is the first thing that goes. The book, The Power of Habit, has many examples of that. As we make an effort in one way, for example, if you have a hard day at work, it becomes harder to come home and do your homework, do your trading prep that night, because you're just fatigued. Keep your effort focused. It's really important. You have a strong crack at this, a strong opportunity at trading. Keep your effort focused. Don't waste time. See last week's TradeWisdom episode to discuss this, the Success in Trading episode. It talks about focus and depth. Stay focused on the current goal. Don't worry about, oh my God, how is it that I'm going to make, I'm aiming to make $100,000 a year trading when I can't even take $50 out of the market every day. Don't worry about that. Just focus on the current goal. What is it that you're achieving on your path to improving as a trader? What part of the journey are you in? Small incremental gains are key in trading, just as they are in weight loss, fitness, savings, or any worthy endeavor. Make small, planned, and carefully calculated changes. It's if your diet tends to be, and I'm going back to diet because I know that's something a lot of people have experienced. If your diet tends to have a lot of sugar in it, you drink a lot of sugary drinks and a lot of carbs and a lot of junk food, it's very your chance of success is a lot lower, in my opinion, if all of a sudden you say, I'm not going to have anything with sugar in it, I'm not going to have anything with carbs in it, and I'm going to exercise tomorrow and I'm going to lose 30 pounds in a week. No, your effort has to start with something small and calculated. Meaning, you drink 3 sodas a day, starting tomorrow, you can enjoy 2 sodas. And one of the things that you have to do, and pay attention to this please, as you're exercising this process, is to be in the moment. So if you're cutting back on drinking soda, then while you're drinking that soda, if you're cutting back from 3 to 2 beverages a day, make sure you're present when you're drinking that first beverage. Make sure you're present when you're drinking the second. You may not even finish it if you take the time to experience that, the motion of it, the process of it, okay? So make small, calculated changes. I know that's a kind of a foggy area there, but be present with what you're doing. Be present. Just be there. Experience it. Really be present with it. Keep the change to one implementation until it becomes a habit before you add another. Once you've stopped drinking 3 sodas a day and have cut back to 2, now it's time to pick your favorite time to drink a soda a day and have 1 soda for the next 3 weeks and overcome that. Same thing in trading. You want to minimize your errors. You've tracked and have identified 6 errors that you perform a day. You're knocking off 1 error. Focus on that 1 error. Once it's no longer a challenge, once it's part of your habit and routine, now find another error and reduce that. Things like that. Track your progress. You don't know where you're going until you've tracked your progress. A diet program, it doesn't work as well if you're not taking measurements, if you're not measuring your weight and your waist and your chest and all that. Just tracking your results tells you where your effort's going and how you're doing. What is your reward for accomplishing your goal? This is important. Have in mind something that rewards you for achieving your goals. So set a goal. For the next month here, I'm going to reduce my expectancy by half a tick, or I'm going to increase my expectancy by half a tick. If you achieve that goal, make it worthwhile. Save money to splurge on that Xbox or whatever it is, or PS4, or to get that new flat screen TV or something. I understand for that seems like a waste of money, but make sure you reward yourself. Don't be impulsive with your purchases. Make yourself earn it. Make it a part of your goal to do the things you want to do. Be very aware of your attitude and outlook on your day-to-day effort. So on a daily basis, you want to keep track of, am I feeling negative today? Does this seem like a grind? Am I hating this? Is this terrible? If you start to feel negative about what you're doing, or start to feel hopeless, it's time to take a break. You're experiencing fatigue. Take a break. Do something else. Take a day off. Take a long weekend. This is a marathon. This is a long-term process. You're undergoing a career change, or you're building a career in a business, and so take your time. It's not a sprint. It's a marathon. It's slow, steady progress towards the goal, inch by inch by inch. Commit to your plan and the actions you'll take before the market opens or before you interact with the market. Sit on your hands if you must. Identify what it is that you're going to do as part of your routine, your trading routine, and decide that before you do it. In the case of how you execute a trade, decide how you're going to execute a trade when you have your relaxed and focused mind. Don't make those decisions on the spot. Once the market gives you what you want, or what you want to see in order to act on your edge, do it and decide how you're going to exercise discipline beforehand, not while it's there. So maybe your implementation is, I'm going to take a trade. Every time I take a trade, I'm going to turn off the monitor with my P&L in it or with my DOM in it, and I'm just going to look at my chart. I'm just going to focus on my chart. I will not turn on that monitor again until, or what I used to do is minimize the window. I will not open it again until I hear a fill. I'm either getting my target or my stop, but I will not interact with the market, with the trade, or interfere with the trade until it's done. If that's part of your plan, then make sure it's part of your plan that you've created before, that you've committed to before the market opens, as opposed to something that you're figuring out in the middle of a trade. Finally, what should you expect? Once returns for your effort begin to show, the need for discipline diminishes quickly. I don't feel like I have to be disciplined as a trader. I feel like I come in, I expect results, but I don't have to exercise discipline because it's not painful. It's just a process. It's just a thing. It's like walking or breathing. It's just something that happens. Why? Because it's an ingrained habit. What I do is habitual. I've been trading for 15 years. It's just a habit. Every day, day in, day out, same thing. You've seen it in the Trader Bites. Those of you with Stage 5, I've seen it in the chat room. I say the same things a lot. The webinars, I repeat things, the same things a lot because they work. They work for me. Being irregular about your trading practice will likely prevent you from getting enough depth to truly build the confidence needed to trade what you see. You've got to dive in there. You've got to get down to the nuts and bolts and be very clear about what you're doing with your trading. This all takes time and many failures and adjustments before it can work for you. Be ready for that. So the process is, I have an idea. I'm going to try that idea. Shoot, that idea did not work. I have another idea on how to fix that. So now you've just gained an increment of experience and knowledge, right? A little more competence. And I'm going to try that idea. And hey, it worked. Great. Let me practice that, what worked. We practice it for a few weeks until I don't have to think about it. It becomes a subconscious process. Okay, good. Now I need to work on this other thing. I need to work on how to manage a trade, or how to campaign around a trade, or how to scale out of a trade. I need to manage an additional contract to increase my size. Whatever it is, it's a slow process that involves failures. Be ready for failures. Accept them. They're not that bad. They don't give us the result we want. But failures are what lead us to change, to improvement. If everything is done right the first time, there's something wrong probably, or you're incredibly enlightened, one of those. Anyway, so these are the sorts of things you should expect going forward, okay? Oh, getting dizzy. Simplicity in trading. That's been my motto from the very beginning. So when you go to my website, futurestrader71.com, and you see it in the logo up top, simplicity in trading. It's not easy, but keep it simple. Keep it about the auction. Keep it about the price action, whatever method you're using. Keep it about that. It's nothing more than that. You're just taking advantage of small, incremental opportunities that can either lead to a loss or a gain on each opportunity. You exercise discipline to stay consistent enough in order to make adjustments, change your goals, right your ship a little bit so that hopefully you can reach your destination. That's all I have for you. I hope you found this topic useful, and enjoy your day. Take care.